I never really understood what I was creating when I made it. I didn't know I was making an electric puppet, essentially. And it's got this illusion of swimming in the air, so you don't see the car at night. You just see a shark swimming by, which is kind of a hard thing for your mind to comprehend. I start with a hobby-grade remote control vehicle, off-road. It's four-wheel drive, weighs about 10 pounds, and it can go 25 miles an hour. I slightly modify the springs, putting heavier springs in it to carry the weight. This is 3 flashing tails that are flashing in sequence on a pattern sequencer, and your eye does a wonderful job of meshing it all together and creating a nice, smooth, moving tail and biting jaw. Electroluminescent. It's a wire that the wire itself lights because there's a phosphorescent core in it, and there's a little driver that's attached to it that converts DC power to AC, and there's 2,000 hertz going through it. So it's going back, the energy is going back and forth 2,000 times a second. That excites the phosphorescence. That makes it glow, and then the PVC coating on the outside is the color. So whatever color they choose creates the color. Well, my father has been a maker all his life. He's been building. He built the first 2 houses I lived in from scratch. And he's making these beautiful recycled rugs right now where he takes and unravels sweaters and turns them back into yarn. And he just makes all these wonderful, abstract, quite inventive, creative rugs. That's just his latest thing. I mean, he was a leather worker for a while. He's always doing something. So I was always, as a child, I was always around him watching that, and then I just continued on myself. You know, as soon as I could use tools, I was using them myself. Main works of art have been found objects in the last few years, but I'm studying jewelry making right now, and I've been making a lot of jewelry fabricating with silver and brass and copper and casting in silver. And so I just took the idea of the Navajos make storyteller bracelets that are a bracelet that speaks about the person's life in some way. And so this is my version of a storyteller bracelet, speaking about my sharks and my art and the things I do with it. And it's a real psychological exposer of people's behaviors. Some people become elated, some people become scared. I mean, the curiosity is one of the big reactions. What is it? There's all these different questions all the time that are being asked about it because it is outside most people's experience level. I can understand the reason for the questions, and it's quite fun to just see all that reaction.